Hey, welcome back, Solar. Good to see you. We're going to be getting started in just a moment here. I'm just getting everything ready to go. But we're going to be continuing Roadcraft Hard Mode in just a few minutes here. Oh, yeah. All the satisfaction. Let's go. We got a lot of stuff on the agenda. We're still in Aftermath. We got a lot of stuff to finish up in this map. Probably building some bridges, putting down some more roads. We'll see where the adventure takes us. Yes, you do. We're in game, and let's go ahead and get started. So, welcome to Roadcraft. We are back. Roadcraft. So, here's what we need to do. Let's look at the list of objectives here. So, we have to get to the gas power plant and find a way to the steel pipes facility, which are both right over here in the mystery area. So, we're going to have to jump in the scout, head over there for those objectives. We also have a couple of side quests that we can do. So, we have bring help to Panama. Panama's over here. The only way to get a convoy over here is to send it along the road this way. We do have a little sinkhole that we're going to have to patch up with either a bridge or some sand, however we decide to do that. This area is pretty okay through here. Right around here we have some debris that we're going to have to move out of the way. There's a little bit of a mud pit right here we're going to have to go through. We're going to have to patch this up a little bit. And I believe there are some rocks. There's some debris over here and some rocks in this same area here. You can kind of see them on the ground there. We're going to have to move these rocks out of the way so that we can send a convoy up to Panama, which goes right up through here. The next one, send a convoy with concrete to the harbor base. This one isn't too bad. We do have to send from the warehouse up to the harbor base, but a big problem of contention is we got a sinkhole right here, and we are going to have to patch up some of the mud down through here as well. So, hey, no worries, Solar. I appreciate you being here either way. So, yeah, we're going to have some sand. We're probably going to do some bridges. I think what we'll get started on, let's work on the convoy to the harbor base, because this will give us some concrete. It should give us concrete that we'll be able to get, which we can use for bridges. I think we'll do bridges over here. So if I go to bridges, let's just go ahead and put the bridges down. There we go. Do wide concrete bridge. We're going to build a bridge like right here. And that's just going to go right across the gap. Right there, that's going to be 3 concrete. We need a bridge there. And then we could probably just bridge this as well. We'll just go right across here with the bridge. This might work as well. And that's going to be 6 concrete. So we'll do bridges here, and then we just need to clear some debris. And that means we're going to have to put some sand down over here. We're going to do sand. So it's going to be a lot of back and forth with some sand. Yep. Bridge mumbo jumbo, more science. That's how we roll. So let's go ahead and get started with sand. Alright, we're going to head over here. There should be a sand quarry right over here. Yeah, it might be a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be too bad. I mean, that's kind of the fun of it being on hard mode, though, right? Is just the extra trips back and forth. It's not that bad of a route. It's kind of slow going. So I'm going to fill up with sand here. The quarry is right here, so we're just going to be going up and down this road here. We do need to put down some sand pretty much just right through here. That's what we need. And then this area here, I've done it in the past where you can kind of just go this way with the route. So we might not even have to worry about this spot right here. We could probably just do a bridge as well. But this area right here, we're going to have to move these rocks. Other than that, that's all we have to do to touch up this route to get this done. Yeah, there's a couple different ways to do it. You can just send the routes through the rocks here. It's a little finicky to do that, but you can do that and not have to worry about all this. So I think it depends on how much sand it takes to get the beach taken care of, which is this section right here. This area needs a lot of sand because it's like super muddy through there. So that is kind of the plan. We're going to be going back and forth from the sand quarry, just put the sand down, and just kind of go from there. But for starters, I'm going to go ahead and just refuel here. Take some fuel out of the support vehicle there. Hey, no worries, no worries. It's all good. I will happily explain things as many times as I need to if you got any questions. But let's get rolling here with some sand. So we do have, what do we have here? 4. We have 5 concrete. Hold on, I'm going to shut this off. I'm going to do some math here real quick. We got 5 concrete slabs available there. There's no concrete there. I've only got 5 slabs. I don't know where there's more concrete other than those 5 slabs, because we don't have a concrete plant. Let's see. I'm just going to scan for some concrete real quick. So we can find some concrete that we can work with. This bridge will not support cars after this region is re-inhabited. This is worrying. I'm sure it'll be fine. It should be fine. Do we have concrete slabs here? No, those are not concrete slabs that we can use. Okay, so I only have 5 concrete slabs available to me, which is definitely concerning. Because I need 9 for my plan here. Is there concrete over here? I don't see any concrete. Okay. we'll just play it by ear, I guess. Kind of goes. No concrete over there. Yeah, that is the concern. Because I was like, oh, I could just put bridges down. Do not have a ton of concrete available, honestly. So we're going to have to do some sand work. Okay. Well, let's just get going, because if we do this first one, which is going to be the route from the warehouse to the harbor base, that is going to give us some concrete that we'll be able to work with, in addition to the 5 I have laying on the ground. So the math might work. We should be okay. I could do that. I could do that. I think it's going to work out, though. I think it'll work. Right, because we're going to be able to send the route through this way. And right down here, this is kind of where things get a little sketchy. This is kind of muddy through here. Like, this might be okay here. It is kind of muddy. Kind of awful through here. Alright, so let's go ahead and get the truck positioned. And we're going to start putting the sand down. Oh yeah, big truck tire and engine sounds, incredibly satisfying sounds to listen to, for sure. Alright, let's back up just a little bit. And we're going to put the sand down. There we go. So we're going to be going back and forth just a little bit here for some sand. So I know it's a little tedious going back and forth to the quarry with the smaller quarry radius for the sand, but I don't know, there's something fun about it, because it's like it adds that immersion, right? Like, you have to actually go and get the sand. Like, you have to actually go to where the sand is to get it. Oh yeah, that's great. I love when I'm playing American Truck Simulator and it starts raining. That is like peak. That is so relaxing when it's raining in American Truck Simulator. Alright, we got another load of sand here. Come on, truck. Let's go. Doesn't want to behave on the high gear. That's alright. Keep trying to use the high gear because it goes a little faster. But I'm going to have to wait until I get out onto this main road before we can pop the high gear and go. There we go. Now we're moving. Lower the truck's minimum wage. This lazy groundwork is unacceptable. I'm working on it. We're getting there. We're gonna have them sand down. This is gonna be great. There we go. We're getting there. We're actually getting some decent ground coverage with just the single load of sand. It's actually not. This isn't going to take that long, I don't think. I'm thinking maybe 6 truckloads of sand, so maybe 4 more. Should be able to get the sand we need. Pretty close to it anyway. Might be 5 more loads of sand. So I'm getting a lot more distance out of the sand than I thought I was going to, so. Here we go. Time for another pickup. I definitely think with the way this hard mode is set up, I think one of the first vehicle upgrades I'm actually going to want to get is a better dump truck. Just because with having to go back and forth to the sand quarries, I think having a better performing vehicle is going to be very important with this playthrough. Yo, Bald Truck 68, welcome to the stream. Good evening from the UK. Good to see you playing hard mode. 51% in washout. Hopefully complete plan to start a harder save. Enjoy the maps of the game. Love the game. Yes, I love this game. It is so much fun. I actually kind of put it on the back burner a little bit when I found out about the hard mode, so I really haven't gotten that far into the maps a lot. So When we get going a little bit, we're going to start seeing stuff that I've never actually seen before and trying to solve puzzles I haven't solved before, which is actually going to be pretty fun. I have had a chance to play around in the 2 DLC maps just a little bit just to check them out, and I think those are going to be a lot of fun when we get to them in the hard mode playthrough here. So I'm a big fan of the Rebuild expansion so far. I think it has been a wonderful addition to Roadcraft, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes from here. Warning, deep water. You do not need to drown the truck. Maybe I should turn around before I get to the beach next time. Might be a good idea. There we go. That is another load of sand dropped off. And that is a good portion of the beach here, so... let's go get some more. I really think this plan is going to work. We get this side objective done. That's going to give us some concrete, which is going to allow us to do some bridge shenanigans for the other one. We'll get the bridge shenanigans done, and then we'll be able to move back onto our main objectives and start figuring out the puzzle of those objectives. Alright, get another load of sand. Try not to spill the sand. The animation was challenging. Washout makes Kernel look easy. Yeah, I noticed that. I started doing washout, and I didn't have the bridge layer unlocked. And I got to the point where it's like I have to have a bridge layer to continue the map. So I kind of left that. I did really enjoy. There was that like first objective where you have to like clear all the broken cars off the bridge. That was a ton of fun in washout. Contamination, I've just kind of scratched the surface of a little bit. I kind of want to save most of the DLC maps for when we get there and stream, but I'll probably play around with them some more down the road. Hey, Edgar, welcome in. Good to see you. Welcome to the Roadcraft Hard Mode stream. But yeah, I have been having a blast with the rebuild maps. They're a ton of fun. And really looking forward to getting to explore them a little bit more. I do miss Kelly, though. Kelly is missed. She was a great part of the personality of Roadcraft, and not having Kelly on the DLC maps is a little bit of a bummer. But I think the maps themselves are fun. They're challenging. And they kind of make you think of how you want to use your fleet of vehicle resources to get stuff done. Alright, let's take a look here. I do want to get this up to the road here. So I think we're going to need probably 2 more good loads of sand. Maybe just 1. We'll see how far the next one goes. That'll tell us if we need another one or not. I might be able to make this work with just 1 more load of sand. Because we do get a little bit of extra coverage once we actually start flattening the sand as well. So that will help some as well. Once we get the sand flattened, we'll be able to start using that for some adventures. Go again for some more sand. Oh, there we go. Now the music's kicking in. Been driving around without sand for a while, so I got sand on my mind apparently. We've been driving around without the music for a while and it just kicked in. Yeah, I definitely see that, because she's kind of just like, hey, we've got this that needs to be done, and this needs to be done, and if you do this, we can do this, and it's like, okay, so that, it kind of makes the maps kind of plan themselves in a way. You still have some choice over what you actually want to do, but yes, having Kelly kind of direct things kind of did do that, but also I really liked the companionship. It definitely made the world of Roadcraft feel more alive, if you will. Just kind of added some personality to it. But I mean, I've played a lot of SnowRunner, and SnowRunner doesn't have any narration. It's just kind of like, here's a map with a list of things you can do, and it's kind of up to you to figure out how you actually want to do that. So, you know, having the new maps without having Kelly around just kind of made it feel like a SnowRunner map, if that makes sense. Because it's a very SnowRunner feeling where you're just kind of alone with a list of things to do, which isn't a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just kind of different. Oh, let's see. Where is the sand going? I think... yeah, we're going to need 1 more load of sand. Just 1 more for good measure. I always find it better to have the sand going a little bit further than you actually needed to, just because it gives you more coverage to actually work with. So we'll go grab one more load of sand, and then this should be done. I can go grab the dozer. We can flatten the sand, we can clear out the rocks, and then we can send the convoy on its way. We should be good then. I am going to need to refuel the dump truck pretty soon, though. Probably after I get this load of sand done, we'll have to go refuel the dump truck. I almost feel like I'm gonna need to put some sand down in the quarry here. We're just digging so many ruts trying to get here right now. It's like we're almost gonna need to start putting sand down here just to get to the sand. I think we're okay though, but we can definitely see like all the ruts and stuff we're digging into the sand there. It's getting kind of tricky to get through there. But this load of sand here should finish up what we're working on. And then we'll be able to move on to the next step. Hey, welcome back, Solar. I've just been putting sand down while you're gone. We're on the last truckload of sand right now. So once we get this done, we're going to be flattening it. Doing the flattening part. So you did not miss the flattening of the sand. Oh, I know, that's your favorite part. So here we go. Last load of sand here. Oh yeah. It's a good sound for sure. Alright, we're gonna park the dump truck right here. And let's go ahead and where is my dozer? I think they did a phenomenal job on the sound with Roadcraft. Everything just sounds so good. We're gonna go ahead and grab some fuel. Because this fuel we don't have to pay for. Right now, because it had a bunch of fuel in it we can use, so we're going to use that fuel while we can. Well, it's free in the sense that the vehicle had it when I got the vehicle, so I just like unlocked the vehicle and it had a bunch of fuel in it, so I technically didn't have to pay for the fuel in that vehicle. That I was able to use to refuel my trucks, so it's free in a sense that, yeah, I didn't have to pay for it because it was just in the vehicle when I got the vehicle rewarded to me for free. But I'm sure if I need to, yeah, when I have to refill that, it's going to cost money to refill it. So it's kind of like taking out a fuel loan, So it's like, I don't pay for the fuel now, but when I replace that fuel, I got to pay for it. So, but then at the same time, if I pay for it to refuel it, and then I refuel with that fuel, then I'm paying for the fuel I just bought. So the fuel is free. It is free fuel. No, because I cannot sell the support truck because it is a rusty truck. So the rusty trucks are vehicles you get for free. They are less effective than ones that you buy. So this is the rusty dozer right now, which is like the free dozer. And it just doesn't have like as much strength. Like if I were to go buy the brand new version of the dozer, it would be the same vehicle, but it would have better capabilities and things like that. So you cannot sell the rusty vehicle to buy it back. But yeah, fuelception, something like that. What I am curious though, I haven't had a chance to test this. When we move to another map, if I pull the vehicle with the fuel out, does it start with the fuel, or do I have to put the extra fuel in it? I'll have to figure that out. But for now, it is sand flattening time. So here we go. Yes, the best part. We're going to flatten that sand. It is incredibly peaceful. I love flattening sand. Alright, we're going to go over it again, and it's going to be extra flat. Oh, I hear you there. 100%. Alright, there we go. The sand is flattened. We have a nice sand path to work with for the route. And I'm going to go over it one more time just for good measure. Because we're going to go over to the other side, and I got to move some rocks out of the way. And once we get those rocks moved out of the way, we'll be able to set up the convoy, send it on its way, and that should give us more concrete that we can work with so we can start doing bridges. Absolutely not. Alright, there we go. Sand is flattened. That part is ready to go. So here's what I'm thinking. When we come around this way, you know, we have this big sinkhole here, but we can go right alongside of it here. And this is like pretty rocky ground, so it's not like super muddy. And we should be able to just go right through this right here. Let's get that tree branch out of the way. And now we just got to move these rocks out of the way here, and we should be good to go. Yeah, it's a little on the muddy side, but this one should work. I've done it before in my previous playthroughs of this map by just sending the trucks through this little side area. Oh yeah, that's the ring. Did I hop over the rock? Is that what happened there? Yes, I did. Okay. I just need to get this rock just a little bit more out of the way here. There we go. And we got some more boulders over here. We got some big boulders that we got to get moved out of the way. Yeah, everything looks a little muddier because of the rain right now. For the most part, they're kind of just there. If you can, kind of get through there, like if you go into manual mode with the dozer, you can kind of dig into the ground and get underneath them and push them up, but when you do that, you start tearing up the ground, and then you got to put down more sand, so the little rocks don't really hurt anything. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot this route is Vorons, so yeah, they're a little bit more off-road capable of what we need them to do. We just need to get rid of the rocks, and I've already done the sand part. I have a habit of when it's time for a route, I actually like pre-check a route and just kind of do some preventative maintenance on the route and then send it, and most often it just goes right through. I probably overwork the routes, but I do have the harder routes turned on with hard mode, so those might get kind of interesting when we get to some of the other maps where we're having to send a bunch of just highway-capable trucks. Two more little rocks here. We got one more good-sized rock right in the middle here. And I went just right over the rock instead of pushing the rock. There we go. What is my favorite map and why? So I actually haven't had a chance to really deep dive into too many of the maps, but of the maps I've done so far, I really enjoyed Incommunicado. It's not an overly challenging map, but it has some pretty interesting mission structure to it, with just really opening the map up. It's got a lot of paved roads that you can kind of navigate and send some interesting routes around. Plus, it's the first map that gives you access to logging equipment. So, yeah, no worries. No worries. That's all good. But yeah, of the maps I've done so far, I think Incommunicado is my favorite. Sunken just makes me so angry. Sunken makes me mad. It's a very difficult map. It's not super difficult, but it has some very, very frustrating sections in that map. So, yeah, Incommunicado is the forest map. So what I'm probably going to do, so once we finish Aftermath here, that's going to open up the opportunity to choose between the two maps, Incommunicado and Sunken. And yes, the frustration is going to be even crazier with hard mode, 100%. But I think what I'm going to do because there's good bits of equipment available on each map that we can play with, I'm probably going to be doing a little bit of bouncing around with the two maps. So, like, one day it might be this map, the next day it might be a different map, and we're going to kind of just bounce between the two maps instead of just like, well, we're only going to work on Sunken until Sunken is done. We're not going to be doing anything like that. We're going to be kind of bouncing around just a little bit between the maps and trying some different things out, trying to get new trucks. And just to keep the variety spiced up a little bit, we're going to just be, you know, kind of splitting our time a little bit. So that's kind of the plan once we do finish Aftermath. We still have a lot of Aftermath that we actually have to get done, though. So the plan is to hopefully get Aftermath finished today. And then we'll be able to go from there. So. Where does this have to go? Oh, it's got to go right up there. That's right. Yeah, current math. There you go. Alright, the convoy is on its way. So we're going to go into cinematic spectating mode. And while this runs, I'm going to step away for just a quick moment to refill my beverage. And I will be back with you guys shortly. So enjoy cinematic trucking along all the work we just did. Yeah, you're welcome. I got the cinematic view set up for you. It's going to swap cameras and do all kinds of fun stuff there. So I'll be back in just a moment. Alright, I'm back. Welcome in, Jay. Welcome to Roadcraft. Oh yeah, Sand Swept. I've done a little bit of Sand Swept. That's a pretty cool map. But yeah, when it was raining all the time on Sunken, that was it just never stopped raining on Sunken. That was an interesting experience for sure. Yeah, it's a really good game. I really enjoy it. They did a great job with this one. So there we go, cinematic truck delivery. Yeah, right? It really is a perfect name for that map too. Alright, there we go. We now have concrete. Yes, so as this is going, this is going to reward me with 10 concrete. We're going to get 1 concrete for each delivery that it's going to deliver. So let's go ahead and get the dozer relocated, as we are going to need this elsewhere. And while that route goes, we're going to have concrete rolling through. So we're going to go ahead and make use of the concrete that I have to get that first bridge done. And I'm hoping that by the time we get that first bridge done, we'll have some concrete delivered that we'll be able to use for the second bridge that I have set up. So that's kind of the game plan for now. But yes, it is officially bridge time. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. That's bad. Don't do that, dozer. Come on. There we go. So the trucks did a perfectly fine job getting the concrete delivered. So as those complete their deliveries, we'll have some more concrete available to work with. Rocks of Eternal Void and Pulling Tides, something like that. We're going to park the dozer right here for now, and we need to jump in the Voron here. We now have a rusty cargo truck to work with, and I believe I have the... Yes, the crane is still right over there. So we're going to go load this bad boy up with some concrete and get some bridges built. Maybe a little bit. It also sounds like it could be like a crazy like emo song as well. Yeah, definitely. That was my first thought, because I was like, oh, it sounds like emo song lyrics. Oh, there you go. Yeah, swapping from SnowRunner to Roadcraft. That's a vibe. Definitely a vibe for sure. Alright, let's go ahead and we're going to swap to the crane. I do still play, I don't really play it on stream too much these days, but I do still play SnowRunner pretty regularly. My dad and I, we have a kind of a SnowRunner session every Saturday that we do. So I get to play a lot of SnowRunner just to kind of relax. It's just kind of a fun, chill game for me. My favorite game out of the series, definitely Expeditions. Without a doubt, it's Expeditions. I love Expeditions so much. I need this camera mode. Tell you what I'm really excited for, though, is Road Kings. That was announced earlier, like a couple weeks ago. Road Kings looks like it's going to be a ton of fun. It does fit very perfectly. Yeah, at Gamescom, they announced Road Kings, which is going to be it's another spin-off of the Runner series, and that is going to be focused on highway trucking, like on pavement and stuff. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be a ton of fun. I can't wait to get more information on it. All we really got was a announcement trailer. How will it be different? I don't think we really have an answer for that at the moment. But they did say that they're going to have realistic weather effects and things like that. So I'm not quite sure how that's going to compare. It had a pretty awesome looking trailer though, and it's also going to be set in the American South, so your map scenery will be kind of like Florida, Georgia, is what they described it as. Yeah, pretty much. I think that's a good way to put it. I'm just really curious to see how that's going to work. Because I know the road physics in SnowRunner are mediocre at best when it comes to driving on asphalt in SnowRunner. But I think this is a good chance for them to try some new tech, and I almost wonder if they are planning on doing, like, the next SnowRunner game is going to have, like, a whole bunch of aspects from all the other games that they've been working on with Road Kings and Roadcraft and all that as well. That's all just my own personal speculation at the moment. There's no, like, actual data to back that up. But it is kind of interesting that they're using the concept of SnowRunner and kind of applying it to different types of trucking. And I'm just really excited to see what they come up with. Yeah, Expeditions is so fun. I love Expeditions. Speaking of expeditions, the next guide video I have planned for expeditions is going to be out tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. I do have an expeditions guide ready to go for tomorrow, so we'll have another video for expeditions tomorrow. Very excited about that one. This one is taken a little bit more time than I would have liked to get together, but I'm very happy with how it's kind of coming together. So. Sounds like a plan. And I will also be doing another Roadcraft stream tomorrow as well. So we're going to be doing some more Roadcraft tomorrow as well. I'm going to be trying to do Roadcraft streams every Monday and Tuesday. So I've already put the bridges down. So we are just heading over there to build the bridge. And we're going to do some bridge shenanigans here for this next side quest. So this one needs 3 slabs. Let's go ahead and get those delivered, and now we have a bridge. Just a small little bridge there. Nothing too crazy. And now we need to go get more concrete. I have another bridge set up down here. And I believe this one is 6. Yeah, 6. We need 6. Is there a limit to how long a bridge could be? I don't know. Let's find out. Yes, there is a limit. This is as far as a bridge will go. So I could build across here. That's as far as I could go. There's no real reason to, but I could build a bridge there. It costs 20 slabs on hard mode to build a bridge at maximum length, but that is a bridge you can build if you really wanted to. I've never tried building a bridge that long. That's an interesting idea, though. I mean, that's a pretty far bridge, though. That is a very far bridge. Because this bridge here was 8. And if that one's 20, it's got to be at least twice as long as this bridge. Oh, for sure. Definitely got to be quantum slabs at that point. Alright, we're going to go ahead and load up these next 2 slabs that I have here. There we go. I mean, to be fair, the word quantum is just like a really fun word. And when you apply it to like quantum physics, it just sounds really crazy. So I totally get it. I totally get it. Come on. Ah, that didn't fit like I wanted it to. There we go. Alright, so that is 2. And we got 4 up at the base. So let's go ahead and get these 2 delivered, and then we'll just go get 4. And then we'll have that bridge done, and then we can take the dozer. We can go move the debris we gotta move, and then we can set the next route on its way. Quantum Porty Potty? That sounds terrifying, honestly. That sounds terrifying. If someone was like... If I was walking down the street and someone's like, hey, you want to try out my Quantum Porta Potty? No, I don't want to try out your Quantum Porta Potty. That sounds awful. Oh, maybe I should strap the cargo down. Not that it really matters, but... Alright, we're going to kick it into high gear here. I feel like that would be the least of the concern. I feel like the concerns would be way worse than just an intergalactic crisis. Probably more like interdimensional crisis. Alright, we've got 2 of 6 delivered, so now we just need to go get 4 more, which we do have waiting for us at the harbor base. So let's head on over to the harbor base. We'll have to bring the truck over there, and then we're going to have to go grab the crane and bring the crane over so we can load, and then we can deliver. The bridge will be done, then we just got to bring the dozer over, clear out the debris, and then we can send the next convoy on its way, and then we'll have these side mission's done. I don't know. I don't know how he will. That would be an interesting development for sure, though. We'll have to get Doctor Strange on board as well. Alright, back to the harbor base we go. We need to go get some of these concrete slabs we just got delivered from the warehouse, so we can build that bridge. And once we get these side quests done, we can continue with the main objectives. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and refuel while we're here. Might as well. And then we need to take out 4 slabs. Get the truck parked next to the slabs here. It's not quite where I was trying to go. A little too close to the slab there. There we go. This is right where I want to be. Go forward a little bit. There we go. Okay, so now we just need to go ahead and grab the crane. Bring those anchors up and bring the crane over. Alright, Solar, thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a good time with movie night. It's good to see you in stream again. And yeah, I'll be live back here again tomorrow. So, hope we'll see you then. Alright, let's bring the crane over. Let's go ahead and get these loaded. Alright, let's get these lined up, drop them down. There we go, we got 2 more to load. Go. Let's go grab this last one. There we go. Shut you off, and let's go ahead and jump back in the Voron. Strap the cargo down, and let's go build a bridge. It's going to be a little slow going. To get over this bump, I should be able to pop the high gear, and we should be able to get moving. Yep, there we go. Alright, so we're going to be able to get this bridge built, and then we just got to clear the debris. We can send the trucks on the way, and that'll be another infrastructure objective completed. Yeah, we're absolutely just tearing up the ground here, but that's fine. I don't think we necessarily have to have anything coming this way. We do still have routes that are running, but I've already got all the rewards from them, so if they do wind up starting to get stuck there, then we can just turn those off for now. The bridge. Alright, here we go. We're going to have this bridge built here. Perfect. I am going to go ahead and just park the Voron down here for now. We are going to need that later. I will go fetch that when we need it. But for now, we have to jump in the dozer. We have a lot of debris to clear out. So let's go ahead and bring the dozer over here. I should probably pay attention to where I'm going. That would be helpful. I forget. I like running the blade not up in the air, but then you can't go as fast. But it does help with the balance. This thing likes to bounce, and I don't think there's a single vehicle in Roadcraft I've tipped over more times than this thing with the blade up in the air. Probably should have refueled it, but I think we got enough to get done what we need to get done over here. It's just, it's a little bit of a journey, but it's not too bad. It's kind of a fun journey. I'm going to turn the high gear off for now. Going over these logs. That's the last thing we need, is going super fast over the logs. Risking some tippage issues. Alright, here we go. Right on through our bridge here. Alright, we've got a porta potty to move out of the way. We got a giant spool to move out of the way. Just push that over there for now. We're gonna stand it. No! Oh, it almost fell in the water. That would have been not fun. I thought maybe I got away with just pushing the thing upright. That would have been kind of cool. Alright, spool. I am just gonna push you in the water. And you're just gonna go float in the water. That's fine. Someone can use that as a boat. Alright, so continuing on here. We do have a little bit of a mud puddle here. We may need to touch up this a little bit, but I think we'll be okay. I think that'll be okay. We'll try it. We'll send the trucks on the route. If we need to patch that up, we will. But for now, I got, there's some broken vehicles in the way here. We need to push these out of the way so that we can get through here. Let's go ahead and push this car out of the way. Alright. And then we got a van. We're going to move this van. Get you out of the way here. And then we just need to move some of these barrels if we can. Just move the barrel. Don't roll back in here. Stay over here. Alright, let's get this barrel out of the way. Alright, we should be good to go. Go ahead and get this dozer moved out of the way. Let's see, can I actually fill up at this gas station? Probably not. I cannot. Okay, that's fine. Alright, let's go ahead and plot the route. Let's get this route going. There we go, and then we just need to go across the bridge. Across the other side, around the corner here. Oh, not there. I want to put this right here. This is the one part I'm kind of concerned with. I think they'll get through there okay, though. I might have to bring some sand over there, though. Might have to put some sand down. Or I could build another bridge. We could just do a third bridge. That could work as well. But I think it'll be okay. Alright, the vehicles are on their way. We do have, yeah, this little Jeep thing. This little Jeep thing might get stuck. Yeah, I'm actually worried. I think they're going to get stuck there. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. If this route is going to fail, it's going to fail there. In the meantime, you can go ahead and jump in the truck. May the Schwartz be with them. Absolutely. Welcome in, Mike. Good to see you. Welcome to Roadcraft Hard Mode. Been a good old time with Hard Mode Roadcraft here. Unfortunately, it meant we had to start the whole game over, but that's fine. It's actually been a very enjoyable challenge so far. A lot more planning, processes, that sort of deal. Alright, so if I come up here, there should be... How hard did I make hard mode? Oh, I cranked it all the way up. I cranked it all the way up. You can see the difficulty modifiers. Fuel is on. Fuel cost is variable tough. Convoy difficulty is on. I left the fewer convoys off. Economic modifiers, bridge costs, recovery rules, quarry zones, vehicle cost, gearbox. It is everything cranked all the way up. It is all the way up. There we go. That completes that.
If we can get the gas power plant running again, we can get juice to the whole region. Plot a route from Mbala to the plant, and our maintenance crew will do the rest.
Okay. Hey, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I cranked this thing all the way up. The plan is to have the community join me on the adventure, sharing the experience. And we're just going to have a good old time together. Oh, good. The route finished. Perfect. I was worried about that one little spot, but they finished it, so we're good to go. Alright, so let's head up here. We got this marker here. We got to move some pipes around.
That mill has seen better days, hasn't it? You could say that about most things around here.
Alright, we do have to move that around, but before we do that, let's go ahead and plot this route. Because I know for a fact this route, we can just set it and it'll go. It's just got to go up the hill here. And this isn't that bad of a road. It's not really a road, it's more of a path, but either way, I know the trucks can just get through this without any maintenance, so we're just gonna kind of go around that little muddy spot there and send them on their way. I believe we go... Did we just go straight through? Yeah, we just go straight through here. That's right. Alright, there we go. That's on its way. So I can find a way to the steel pipes facility, clear the area of objects. Alright, let's just pull this back. Can I not? I don't think the little Jeep can actually pull these pipes. Yeah, we kind of making it work. Yeah, we're getting it. There we go. Testing your fuel limit, absolutely. Yeah, this is a mega drain on the fuel here. But it is working. Fortunately, fuel is not too far away from where I'm at right now. Alright, let me pull these over here.
Looks like we have a problem at the gas power plant. The pipeline seems to have sprung a leak. Or 5. The crew have narrowed it down to the gas distribution substation. It got beaten up pretty good by the storm. How about you take a drive and check it out?
Can I move this? Oh, yeah, there we go. It was kind of hung up on that other pipe. Just pull this a little further. Just so it's really out of the way. And then I think we'll just grab this one here as well. And just do the same thing. We'll just pull it out of the way a little bit. Just a little bit. We don't have to pull it very far. That's good. Alright, now I should be able to get to the steel pipes facility here. There we go. Kind of working on multiple things at once here.
Looks like the steel pipe facility
Got the
needs
piping
major repairs.
system and the pipes
And
facility.
by major, I mean more than you and I can handle in a few minutes. Set up a route from Mbala to the steel pipes facility. Our people will take care of the rest.
Alright, we got another route to set up here. Where's this go? Oh yeah, this one. Yeah, I think this one is kind of the same deal here. So they come out this way, we just send them through here. And we'll just bring them right around the bend. Right on through this cleared passageway we just cleared out. And right on over there. Okay, so that's underway. So we can go ahead and examine the piping system. But before we do that, we're going to have to go just make a quick fuel stop just to make sure we got the fuel we need to do what we got to do. So we're just going to quickly sprint on back to the garage and refuel the Jeep. Don't honk at me. I'm fixing everything. Stop it. Two can play that game. Why can I... Am I broken? Oh, there we go. How rude. You're just honking at me. No, actually, I don't have to go all the way back to the outpost here. I can, I still have some fuel on the recovery truck. I can just go, take a little sip from. Yeah, this guy right here. Go ahead and grab some of that, and we don't have to pay for it. There we go. Steel pipes facility is done. Oh, recycling facilities. Yes, I know how those work. Cool. We are going to need to build some pipes. We're going to have to install some pipes, which is going to be really interesting because I can't afford a mule right now with the higher vehicle costs. Which means we're going to have to use 2 trucks to actually get these pipes installed. Which is going to get very interesting. Hold up. Hold on. Vehicle failed route. Where did it fail? Did it fail at the spot I thought it did? Or thought it would? Maintenance. These failed. But it says no rewards remaining. Where did you fail at? Oh, that would be in the ruts I dug. That's fine. I'm just going to go ahead and cancel the route. That's done. Complete request. And you failed right here. That same spot. But I've got all the rewards, so we can just shut the route off. That's fine. These are both operational, giving me rewards. That is perfect. Okay, now we can continue what we were doing. That needs to be fixed. Nope, I can't hit that from down here. That's fine. Alright, right up through here. Let's go check out the second pipe. Alright, now we need to actually get these fixed.
That storm really did a number on the gas power plant. Let's find the breaches and patch them with the new pipe segments. Yep, you get to be a plumber now too.
This is where things are going to get kind of interesting. Because if I go to the garage, now normally this is the point in the game where you buy the mule. Because you need the cargo crane truck. However, the cargo crane truck is 81,000 on hard mode. So I am a long ways away still from being able to purchase a cargo crane truck. I only have 49,325 because I increased vehicle costs by 4 times. So we cannot actually get a mule crane truck on this map, which means we're going to have to use the Bikel and the Voron to actually get things done. The other thing I want to look at, I want to look at the price of a dump truck. How much is the dump truck? Where's the dump truck at? There you go. 60,000 for the dump truck. So those are going to be my first 2 vehicles I purchase. Is going to be the mule crane truck and a dump truck. Those are going to be the first 2 vehicles we purchase, just because we're going to be using those 2 the most. The mule, very handy crane truck, and then the dump truck, super useful as well. Just with the amount of trips back and forth for sand that we're going to have to do. So we need to go ahead and get some cargo scrapped for this. What about the new mule variant? Hold on, let me see. I don't have that unlocked yet. I need to be rank 6 to unlock the other mule variant. And yeah, I'm not ranked 6 yet. I'm only ranked 3, so there is a Voron cargo truck with crane at rank 5, so there is a new cargo truck with crane that we can work with as well. You're not just stuck to the mule, which is actually kind of interesting. But I think that one costs even more than the mule, so I'm okay with this because I think it's going to make vehicle purchases a lot more engaging and meaningful, because having to spend a lot of money on a purchase is going to make it so it's like, okay, that is a meaningful truck purchase upgrade. So we're going to be kind of just making do with the vehicles that we have for now. That being said, I need to go ahead and grab the Voron. And we need to go park it somewhere where we can get some pipage material loaded up. So I'm actually just gonna head over to the pipes facility, and there should be just like a pile of scrap somewhere that I can just park at and just get loaded, just make a couple trips back and forth. But I am going to have to actually bring both the truck and the crane over to these pipe sections to actually get them swapped out. So we got a bit of a journey ahead of us here. But it shouldn't be too bad. I mean, these pipe sections, it's not like we have to go like super far. There is the one like bonus objective when we get this done that is like all the way on the other side of the map. That one might take a little while to actually get done, but I think it's still totally doable with the 2 trucks. It's just going to take, you know, instead of being able to do it in 1 trip with the mule, it's just going to be 2 trips, which it's not the end of the world. I do have a road repair request that I'm going to have to do at some point as well. So we do have another road section that we're going to have to build. Just knock that out of the way. I don't think it was in the way, but I'll knock it out of the way anyway. Because it feels like it's in my way. Alright, up we go. Oh, look at this right here. This is a perfect pile of scrap. That is a very perfect pile of scrap to deal with. Alright, so now I just need to go grab the bicycle. Go ahead and get this moved over. I'm going to go ahead and top off fuel while we're here, though, just in case. And away we go. This isn't so bad, especially since I can use the high gear. And it just makes the vehicles actually kind of move pretty good. So even though I do have to take them on a pretty long journey, they actually are going to be able to move pretty quick. And not burn a whole lot of fuel while we're trying to go places, so... Route failed. Not another one. Alright, let's go ahead. Let's get parked up here, and we'll go take a look at that. Why is my truck moved? Oh, the convoy! It was parked in the way of the convoy. I was like, why did my truck move? Who moved my truck? That's right, the convoy's coming through here. Maybe this isn't such a good spot to try to load from. Hold on, let me take a look. Is there another good pile of scrap here? There is a pile of scrap down there. There's some stuff right here. Bunch of stuff down here. Yeah, we'll load up on this pile of scrap. That way we're not in the way of the convoy. Any more than we need to be anyway. We don't need a lot of pipes. We just need enough for 3 pipes, so... I'll just park right here for now. Got this off. Let's go ahead and grab the Voron. Alright, let's go grab some goodies. Let's grab this. This looks like a good piece of metal. Alright, let's grab... There's another square piece here. Let's go ahead and grab that. I don't like messing with the barrels. The barrels are just annoying to load, and they don't give you a whole lot of metal. But you can fit a lot of them in it if you feel like doing the tedious loading process. I guess it adds up. I just like grabbing big things. Alright, let's put that in. And let's grab this big pipe. Pipe valve. Grab this big rusty pipe valve. Let's grab that, and then let's grab this truck axle down here. Let's grab this big wheel assembly. Let's go ahead and grab this. And that should be good enough for what we need. If it's not, I can go grab some of those broken pipes as well. Don't worry, I still have the crane running just because I might need more metal. Nope, that's actually just enough metal, so we can go ahead and shut the crane off for now. Okay, we got that. Let's go ahead and Grab all of those for now. Because we are going to need them. We're definitely going to need all 3 pipes. Alright, it's time to load some pipes. And we'll go ahead and grab the 3rd one. Alright, now comes the fun part. We have to actually install these pipes. Before we do that, I'm going to take a short break though. So I will be back in just a moment, and we're going to go ahead and get these pipes installed. So stay tuned. I will be right back. Alright, I am back. Let's go ahead and get started. We got a very long way to go. Well, actually, we don't have to go like super far. But we do have to. We have to go pretty far for the 3rd pipe, but these first 2 pipes not super far. A little bit of traffic jam there. Got stuck on the cone. Alright, there's our first pipe. Let's go ahead and make our way over there. Okay, now we just need to bring the crane over. This is going to be the interesting part, trying to get this crane over here. Should be able to get it done pretty easily, though, but... Here's, I really haven't off-roaded with the crane too much, so... Yeah, I'll be honest, in my other playthroughs, as soon as I get to the point where I have the mule, I really don't use this crane too much. It is a good crane, though. Let's get out of the way for the truck. Oh, we're making it work. Alright, the old pipe is removed. We just need to grab one of these new pipes. Okay, there we go. First pipe installed. Not too bad to do this with the truck and the crane, instead of just using the crane truck. The hard part, though, is going to be getting over to this next one. This next one's kind of tricky to get to. Definitely do not want to take that shortcut that I took with the Scout. We're going to go get turned around and take the actual path up there. I think that'll just be a lot more manageable of a journey. Should be able to get this pipe over here with no problems. Go ahead, unstrap. And now we just need to grab the crane. Nope, nope, don't go backwards. Don't go backwards. Nope, 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 nope. Hold on. Does not like high gear up this hill, that's for sure. Almost got stuck there. That wouldn't have been good. Come on. You gotta use low gear here. Is that gonna do it? Yes, it is. Let's go. Nope, I got caught on the tree, but we just knocked the tree over. That's fine. That's perfectly acceptable. Ugh. I am struggling to move this thing around right now. That's okay. We're getting there. We're definitely getting there. Alright, first things first, we gotta pull the old pipe off. Alright, that's down. Grab one of these shiny new pipes. Go ahead and get that installed and we're good. Alright, we have access to the cable layer now. Let's go.
Now, all we need to do is reconnect the town to the power grid. And while you're at it, there's a couple of things you can do to make life easier. This isn't essential, but if you want smooth sailing for the steel pipes to Umbala, a new road will help. If you can build the road, then you can send the convoy from the steel mill to Umbala. And another thing, the pipes south of the pumping station are damaged. If you can find the breach, patch it up. Then your sailing will be even smoother.
Alright, so now we have some more stuff we can do. We got build the road, repair the pumping station. This is the one I was setting myself up for. That is a pipe all the way down here. I believe that pipe is, yep, it's right there. So we're going to have to bring the third pipe all the way over there. And then building a road, pretty straightforward here. I do have most of the road work equipment right here, so it's not too far. We just got to move that over. Build the road, set the route up, and then from there, we run the cable, and then that is the rest of the map, I believe. I think that's it. We're done. So, let's go ahead and let's do the road. Yeah, let's do the road first. So, I need to find my Dump truck. There we are. So I figure we do the road and the route first, and then as the route is running, we'll get the passes on that that'll be able to finish itself out while we do the other stuff. So we're going to do the road and the route, and then once we get the road and the route done, we'll go replace the pipe. And then from there, we're just going to go do the cable laying, and we'll be good to go. So, off we go. I do need to grab a load of sand on the way there. So go grab some sand. Alright, we got our sand. And away we go. So we can get more sand here. So that will not be an issue, getting more sand. What would be an issue is launching ourselves in the air with a shopping cart. Whoa! That did not go how I wanted it to. That was interesting. Okay. We're good. You know, we're good. We're chilling. That almost ended badly. We got airborne with the dump truck. We did unfortunately spill a little bit of sand, but that's okay. And this did not fill in the way I was hoping it would. Probably because we missed a bunch of our sand. So let's go get more sand. Let's not go flying in the air over the shopping carts. How about that? I think that sounds like a good idea. Alright, here we go. More sand. More fun. Should be able to fix up the stuff that didn't get laid correctly. Should be able to get that patched up. And I'm gonna have to clear that out with the dozer. When it's time to start flattening the sand, we'll bring the dozer over here, clear those carts out of the way. I'm just spilling more sand. That's fine. This is the worst sand laying job I've ever done so far, and it doesn't matter because the dozer's gonna fix it. I got enough sand there at least that the dozer should fix it. Alright, more sand. We don't have to travel very far to get sand for this one, which is kind of nice. Some of the other projects we were working on, we had to move quite a bit of distance to get some sand. This one's right here next to the quarry. It's not a big deal at all, so... Just gotta get through here so we can get the sand lined up properly. Really muddy through here, though. Maybe I should be flattening the sand as I go. Normally it's not an issue, because in normal playthroughs, you're like in quarry radius, so you just kind of fill and go, but I have to constantly keep going back to get more sand, and it's really crappy through here, so... I don't know, I have a habit of kind of flattening after the sand's laid down, but this one might actually be worth doing some flattening while we're in the process of putting the sand down, kind of chip away at it as we go. That might be the play here. Because like I can put the sand down, flatten it, and then use the sand to get the truck back to get the next load of sand. And then I can use that same sand to get to where I need to put down more sand. I'm actually going to do that real quick. So, let's go ahead and grab the dozer. At least get a good bit started here. I do have to travel a little ways with the dozer to get it back. But I think that's going to make a much more pleasant experience just because of how muddy that area is to try to put the sand in and then try to get the dump truck turned around. I think I need to kind of flatten as I go. That way I can kind of use that flattened sand to keep moving the dozer. Or the dump truck, sorry. We can keep getting more sand. Just kind of lay some sand, flatten it, then go get some more sand, then flatten it, then get some more sand and flatten it. Just kind of repeat that cycle a little bit. is one of those like hard mode things, right? Because like I said, when you're in normal gameplay, you're within quarry range, but I have the smaller quarries, so I have to constantly drive back to the quarry, which means I have to drive through the mud again. So I think this might be the play for some of these hard mode road requests, is to kind of put some sand down and kind of flatten it as we go. I think that's kind of what we want to do here. Just kind of learning new ways to play the game, because hard mode actually does change the game up a little bit more than I thought it would, in a lot of good ways. So let's get this dozer over there. We'll flatten down the sand that we have, and that'll actually give us something that we can kind of work with the dump truck. Because once we get the sand down, then it's just a matter of paving it, and then we're good to go. So I am going to need to refuel the dozer, but I believe I still have some fuel at the field service vehicle. I'll be able to just grab a little drink from that, and then we'll be able to continue our way. Alright, I want to give this a try. It's just a new road building technique. Let's go ahead and grab the rest of the fuel out of this. Kind of go from here. We're going to test out a new road building technique. See if this works a little better for hard mode road building. The other thing I've been doing differently with this one is I kind of, in the past ones I've been doing on hard mode, I kind of started at the end point and moved forward, and I think that was a little bit of a better idea. But this one I kind of was like, well, let me just start at the beginning and go forward, you know, since the quarry is right here, but that doesn't seem to have had a positive effect on this particular road request. I would also be able to flatten this little spill sand spot here as well. It's just, I want to get these carts out of the way. Get these out of the way, and then, yeah, we'll be able to just flatten this up real nice. Yeah, let's get these carts out of here. Alright, now we can flatten what we've been working on here a little bit. Should kind of give us a little bit more to work with when it comes to getting the There we go. Let's shut this down, and let's go ahead and bring another load of sand in. Kind of trying out something new here, so we'll see if this works. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go drive on the flattened sand with the dump truck. We're going to get to the end of it. We're going to start putting more sand down. And then we're going to just leave the dump truck where it's at. Then we're going to run over it with the dozer, flatten, and then bring the dump truck back, kind of reverse it down the flattened sand here. And then once this is all in place, we'll go through it a couple of times and just really flatten it out. But yeah, this is actually working quite well so far, so. Yeah, so if we do this, kind of move forward a little bit, and then we jump in the dozer. Dozer can get up here, and we can flatten what we just laid down. Just kind of roughly flatten it here. Kind of get out of the way. There we go. That's going to allow us to kind of just back up this way without having to deal with all that mud. Oh, this is working great. I think this might be the new way to do roads on hard mode here. Kind of just lay the sand, flatten it, back up, then keep going. Just especially in some of these sections where it's just like crazy muddy through there. It's just a mess to try to get turned around to get another load of sand. So I think this will actually work out. This is actually working out pretty great. So new strategy unlocked. And then yeah, once we actually get all the sand down, then we can actually run over it a few times with the dozer, just to make sure it's like super flat and all that. And then for when it's time to pave in, roll, and all that. So just kind of a little bit of extra work going into getting the road done, but I'm actually okay with that. It kind of makes it a little bit more fun, a little bit more engaging. Because I mean, realistically, like if you're actually doing a road, like you would be putting down your sand or gravel or whatever dirt you're using to put a surface down, and then you kind of flatten it as you go. So this actually is kind of a nice way to do that. So like this, I can turn around here because we're kind of right at the end of it. Let's get the bucket down. Let's get turn around, parked, and we'll go ahead and jump in dozer. And maybe this will turn into a bit more of a messy experience, but I mean, at least I'm kind of getting it done a little bit nicer. I mean, I'm definitely going to have to do some extra trips with it. Actually, I can just go ahead for now. Just park the dozer over here for now. I'm going to have to move some of that stuff out of the way as well. But I think we are good enough. We can go ahead and get this last truck full of sand down, and then we can run over it a few times with the dozer to make sure it's like super duper flat. Then while we're in the dozer, we can go ahead and get that debris moved out of the way for the route, and then we can just bring the paver and the roller over and get the road request done. So that actually worked out kind of nice. It was a little bit more involved with the vehicle switching, but I think the overall like result was a lot better than trying to just keep getting the dump truck turned around in the crappy mud. I think it was definitely a better solution for some of these more remote, muddy roads that we're going to come across as we get further in the game here. So I think I'm going to add that to my pocketbook of strategies when it comes to efficiently tackling hard mode a little bit more efficiently. So see how it goes. But I definitely need to run back over the sand a few more times just to make sure it's like really good, you know. Oh, don't do that. No, I didn't want to do that. No, I left the handbrake on. That's not ideal, but I think I can work with that still. Alright, that should be the last bit of dump truck we need. I'm actually going to, let's do this real quick. I want to push that big pile of sand forward. Like this way. Kind of want to push the sand this way. There we go. Yeah, that turned out okay. Alright, we're going to do a quick up and down with it, and then when we get back onto this side, we're going to clear the debris out, and then it's just a matter of we got to get the paver and the roller over here and actually finish the road. So we're all set here. Found a new strategy, getting the road done. Then we have to get the route set, and we got a pipe to install, and some cable to lay. And we're actually going to be able to get this map finished today. Alright, the sand has been flattened, so we are all set. I just need to move some of this stuff out of the way here. And then we'll be in good shape. We got this cart and this pipe that's kind of right in the way of where we need to send these trucks. So we're just going to push these out of the way. And then we're going to do the same thing with this little barrel here as well. That pushed out of the way. And we can actually shut the dozer off for now, and it's time to start paving. Alright, we got the paver loaded up. Go ahead and strap it down. The thing I wanted to try was the winch on this truck to see if I could just pull the roller behind me. There we go. Does this work? Can I pull the roller behind me? That does not work. Okay, we'll just haul them one at a time. Actually, I think I wasn't able to do that because I think the handbrake is on the roller, so that's why it's not moving. But that's okay. That is A-okay. Let's get the paver out of here. Alright, we'll go ahead and set the paver up. And we need to go get the roller. Load the roller up. Alright, we are on the final steps here. Get this out of the way, because we're going to be sending a convoy of trucks through here. So park you over here for now. There we go. Get this paved. Then we're gonna jump in the roller, we're gonna roll it, we're gonna set the route in, and then we got some, just a handful of things left to do to finish this map up. There we go, we can just park this over here for now. Alright, let's go ahead and jump in the roller next. Did it not? Oh, there we go. Now we're rolling. There we go. There we go. The road is done. We have a road. Okay, so now we can do the route. There's a door there. I can't remember which way that swings, though. I think that swings out, so we should be good. To just send the trucks through there. They'll just push the door open when they go through. Be a problem at all. This just goes to mountain base. We just go around the portalets there. Just goes right up the hill. Alright, those are underway. So, next up we have a pipe to replace. We gotta repair the pumping station. So we need to go ahead and jump in our truck with pipe. And let's head over there. Let's park the truck over where the pipe has to be replaced, and then we'll bring the crane over. And then we'll be good to go. Okay, this is not a very good way to go, but I'm making it work. I just stole some fuel from those vehicles. I was driving by and it said refuel, so I took some fuel from them. There we go. That's one way to do it. Refuel from the convoys. It's kind of handy. I don't think it's supposed to work that way, but it did, so... Got a couple extra gallons out of it, just stealing from the convoy, so that worked. There we go, that's done. Perfect. Just have to make the long trek over to the pipe with a nice replacement pipe, and then I gotta go back and do the same thing with the crane. We got to bring the crane over there as well. Getting the crane over here is going to be an interesting journey, that's for sure. If I can remember which way I gotta go when I get over here. I think I just go straight through. Yeah, we go through the water here. Just right around the corner. Hopefully the crane can get through that. I think it can. Be a little problematic if it couldn't. That might be a problem. But we'll give it a good try, good effort. Alright, we just need to that. We just need talking over my own words here. We just need to make our way up the hill here. And then we can park the truck underneath the pipe. It's right up there, big glowy red thing. And then we just need to get the crane up over here as well. Once we get the crane here, we just load that in, and then all we have to do is run the cable. And this map is done. Which way do I go? Oh yeah, it's off to the right here. That's right. Just need to park this in range here.
That pumping station isn't looking too great. It's not on our list of required fixes, but it could still use some of your magic.
I think if we park it here, I can grab this pipe with the crane from like right here. We can grab the old pipe, grab the new pipe, put the pipe in place. Crane will be good. It's just a matter of actually getting the crane over here. I might have to take an alternate route with the crane. I'm worried about going through all this swampy stuff. The Voron was able to get through there with no problem, but I think with the crane, I'm going to want to go up this way because it doesn't have all-wheel drive, it just has diff lock. So probably take this high road here with the crane and go from there. So let's go ahead and grab the crane. And I'm going to go this way with it. Instead of trying to cut through the woods like we did with the Voron, we're just going to use a slightly different path to get over to where we're trying to go. There we go. We can kick this thing into high gear and start cruising on over there. Bit of a journey, but we'll get there. It'll be a fun journey. I definitely think that the alternate path that I was just pointing out up through the mountains, I think that's going to be the way to go with the crane. I'm worried about trying to get this thing through that thick, heavy mud. Because I don't know how capable it is. Because it's just these two big wheels, which it might be just fine going through there, but I'd rather not take the risk and wind up having like this big rescue operation as we're closing in on finishing the map. So, especially because like I don't really have a lot of options to really rescue a vehicle. So let's try to avoid that, if we can anyway. Good news is we should have plenty of fuel to get over there, so fuel should not be a concern, especially since it's pretty much a one-way trip. We're not bringing these vehicles back, they're just doing the job and they're staying there because that's the last thing I need them for on this map. So far, we're cruising pretty good. We are no longer cruising pretty good. I kind of slid off road there. Hopefully we're not stuck. No, we're not stuck. We're good. Okay. That worked out. Kind of just going a little too fast there. Kind of sliding off the road a little bit. That's alright. Okay. Alright, so when we get over here, I want to head to the left. We're going to take the mountain path instead. Yeah, we're just going to use auto here for this. I think this is going to wind up being a just overall better path for the crane to travel on. I don't want to get the thing beached in the swamp, that's all. So if we head up through here, then I think, yeah, if we just follow this path here, goes through a little bit of a mud puddle there, and then just comes out in the same spot, we can just get right up the hill. I'm actually going to put a marker right there, so we know where we're headed. Because at that marker, we can turn to head up the hill, and kind of go from there. Oh, whoa, 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 hold on. That was a little scary. Thing is, I don't know how deep this hole is. It doesn't look that deep. But it is that deep. Okay, it is very deep here. This might be a bit more interesting than I thought it would be. Just going to very carefully navigate around the edge of it here. There we go. That worked out. Alright, we got some rocks now. That's interesting. Go over the rocks. There are a lot of rocks here. I think we got some decent ground clearance on this vehicle. It'll just kind of go right over the rocks there. We're good. We're golden. We just got to head right over to the marker. Like that, and then we just got to go up the hill and put the pipe in place. That was a very long, interesting journey, and one that I would normally not take in a regular game mode, so that's kind of cool. Normally by now I'd just be using the mule. But we don't have the mule yet. We can't afford the mule. We're still 20,000 short of the mule. Oh wait, what am I doing? Why am I doing this right now? I need to pull the old pipe off first. Oopsie. Forgot I gotta pull the old pipe off. There we go. Oh, I'm too far away. Okay. We should be good now. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, pipe is in place. We got the pipe in place. So that leaves us with nothing but conduct electricity. Supply Enbala with electricity. We're going to go ahead and track this, and we need to go ahead and jump in the cable machine, which we just unlocked, which is right over here. And if we go to the infrastructure tab, we just need to go like right here, and then we can start digging the cable trench over to the power station. There we go. I love this machine so much. This is one of my favorite machines to use. The cable machine, it's big, it's powerful, it just gets the job done. It's just so cool. It only has one use, but that's all the use it needs. It's just a very solid, amazing machine. That Jeep was pissed. Let's see how you can tackle the cable road. I put the cable in the middle of the road. I'm probably going to get an alert that it failed the route. Or maybe not. It looks like it's fine. It's doing good over there. Let that little Jeep go. It's doing great. We're happy for them. Alright, there we go. Power has been restored and Bala has electricity. Power plant is up and running. The lights are coming back on. The palace is up and running. We got lights on. Everyone's happy. We got gas stations are open. Look at that. Gas station. And there we go. Turning on the lights. Goal complete.
Well, gosh. Look at you go. You just brought a whole region back from the brink. I'll pass on the good news. You seem like you're a keeper. Well
Thank
done.
you, Kelly. Alright, there we go. The storm has passed, leaving only what we built to last. Our shift is coming to an end. We laid the groundwork for others to carry on. It's more than just structures, though. It's a bond we've created. So, let me just double check here that we got nothing left to do. I think we're good. So, there we go. All objectives complete. Let's go ahead and return to the hub. Take a look at what we got. Make sure we're at 100% here. Yep, there we go. Aftermath and Precipice are at 100%, which leaves us with Incommunicado and Sunken for our next adventure, which I will be picking up tomorrow at 6:30 Eastern. So we'll be back here with Roadcraft at 6:30 Eastern tomorrow. Unfortunately, I'm all out of time for today. I do have an Expeditions video that is going to be coming out tomorrow as well, so stay tuned for that one. That's going to be a fun one. I'm really looking forward to seeing how that all comes together, how much you guys enjoy that. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in this evening for Roadcraft, continuing with Hard Mode and the completion of Aftermath. So I'm not sure exactly which map we're going to jump into tomorrow. I think we will figure that out when we get going, but I just want to thank everybody for tuning in, everybody that was lurking. If you were in the chat, I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Thank you for tuning in and hanging out here while I played some Roadcraft for a couple of hours tonight. This is going to be the new stream schedule. Is Monday and Tuesday. We're going to be doing some Roadcraft Hard Mode. And then I'm going to have videos rolling out on the regular here pretty soon for Expeditions. So hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of your Monday evening. I thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, I'll see you guys on the job site. Bye-bye.